Boys, it's been a minute since I've actually given you guys some build videos. So in today's video, we're going to do just that. We're covering I don't want to call it a new farm build for the wizard, but it is by far the best farm build. I believe I've made a similar video on this exact build in the past, but with some new set items that came in the game, we made some adjustments and it's actually even better than it was before. So even if you've seen my other farm videos, and actually for the record, I even went on YouTube and looked up other farm wizard builds in case I was super just out of touch and out of date. There hasn't been a new one in 3 to 7 months from anyone, not just me, but for anyone. So I digress. Let's get straight into it. Talk about the new, we'll just call it the best farm build for the wizard in Diablo Immortal. All right, so now we are on the cuff of getting new essences in about 2 weeks ish. So I want to go ahead and make this video ahead of time. I'm going to do it a little backwards. I'm going to show you the build first, and then we'll go backwards and do the I'll show you the build in action. So for the essences, now of course I have my new head. Hoi hoi hoi. We're using the static field. Slow time now surrounds you with a static field that follows you, damaging and applying enemies. So this is normal for the build. We're also using Sprite Spark, and this is the one that turns you into a ball. Lightning Nova now transfigures you into a ball of pure lightning, allowing you to move at a high speed, continuously damaging nearby enemies. Filtered defense for the shoulders, which is going to be giving us Disintegrate now surrounds you with a entropy field that follows you, damaging and marking nearby enemies vulnerable to critical hit damage. Pants are Raptor's Tail. Now this is giving us when Disintegrate hits a shocked enemy, it unleashes a chain lightning, dealing 14k damage to nearby enemies and to the target and to nearby enemies. Cannot come more often than once every 1 second. Then we're using Lost Seconds, and this one is the main hand, of course. So slow time cooldown is now decreased by 18.6%. Offhand number 1 is Dancing Lightning. Now this one is going to be giving us Ice Armor now bestows the grace of thunder upon you and your nearby summons, which will periodically strike random enemies with lightning. Okay. Entrophic Edge is main hand number 2, and this is going to be giving us Disintegrate damage increased by 19%. Last but not least is Offhand number 2, which is Frenetic Spark, and this is going to be doing Lightning Nova cooldown is reduced as well. Set gear, and this is the biggest part of the change for this build. Let me go and get myself out of the way. So we're actually running 4-piece of the Skybreaker's Bolt. Now, if you're not familiar, this is the newest, I believe by the time this video is recording, set gear that has come to Diablo Immortal. Now, this one is dealing damage for the 2-piece. Dealing damage unleashes a lightning bolt blast at the enemy location that shocks all nearby enemies, dealing 9k damage per second for 3 seconds. Cannot occur more often than at once every 6 seconds. The 4-piece is when near shocked enemies, you automatically release a chain lightning at them, dealing 38k damage. Up to 4 chain lightnings can trigger at once, and this cannot occur more often than once every 6 seconds. All right, so we're causing chain lightning sort of naturally now. All right, so we have a 4-piece of this new Skybreaker's Bolt. We still have a 2-piece Vithus. We did sacrifice the 4-piece Vithus, which is fine because in the previous build, we did one of 4-piece Vithus and 4-piece Grace. Spoiler, that's what the last piece is 2-piece Grace. And so we're losing the increase the target's attack speed, which we're not primary attacking. So there's no real loss there. And then, like I said, the other thing that we're running is the 2-piece Grace of the Flagellant. Now, we are losing, we were previously running a 4-piece Grace, and which was giving us each time you damage an individual enemy 5 times, you will do 22k damage additional to that enemy. So this is really good to a single target enemy, but we're talking about a farm build. So that's where I made the calculated decision that it was more effective to run a 4-piece Skybreakers because we're now having chain lightning, which is going to bounce to multiple people, and we have basically a full electric build going on. Now, for the Paragon tree, we are running Brawlers. Let me move myself. So Brawler, again, a little bit different. So some people run Vanquisher, some people even run Harbinger, but I'm running Brawler. So for this reason, we have enemies within 5 yards reduce the damage you take, which is fine. We also get to move through enemies freely. Your maximum size in life is increased, and then it increases a little bit more. So again, personal preference, you can change it based off what you like. But again, I think this is the overall best. The biggest change with this build, at least for me, is that I did add Dancing Lightning. And of course, the set gear that we already talked about. So in the previous one that we did, I did, I think the newest at the time, Fire ice armor so that we did like a fire AoE damage, but we need more lightning. So I just decided to go back to dancing lightning. Quick little clarification there. The fire one does work, but again, if we're dealing with more lightning, especially with the Skybreaker's bolt, again, it can't emphasize it enough. It makes more sense to stay to that element that will just continue to trigger off of each other. So when you run it, it looks a little something like this. Again, it's very spammy in terms of you get all, basically you use all your skills off cooldown and then you just run around. Except we have now the ability of getting more chain lightnings. It's gonna be hard to see basically any of it, but you get the idea. You can see the chain lightnings happening there. So they basically, as I ran away, they were already getting the chain lightning. Missed a few people there. Again, very easy, very straightforward build. If you feel like the brawler isn't giving you enough speed, you could go to the Harbinger, but again, I feel like I'm getting enough speed increase here, so it doesn't feel too bad. Again, this is why one of the many reasons I like the Wizard so much is that there's so many good builds, and if you want to spend time on a specific build, you can really min-max it and make it even better because there's so much just elemental, we'll call it freedom, if you will, for the Wizard. So there's just so many builds you can use with different elements. And now with set gear also having different elements, it just continues to add to like the complexity, I don't know why I said it like that, complexity of the different builds and how basically good they can be. So pretty straightforward there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, I haven't seen an updated build on YouTube for the Wizard that has this. So to my best knowledge, this is the first time that you're seeing it. If not, shout out to whoever did it before me. Again, I try my best not to claim builds because people get so damn defensive, and not even the content creators, but like people, like commenters get defensive for other creators. I'm friends with like all the creators. Like we chill, bro, we chill. So if someone else has done it first, great. I'm just trying to present to thy individual the best possible build. And if it came up before, awesome. I don't give a fuck. All right. So anyway, this is by far my favorite farm build. In my honest, true, very biased opinion, it is by far the best farm build for the Wizard with the adjustment of the new set gear. Let me know what you think about it, though. Is there a different tweak that you would make? I don't think there is because I spent a lot of time working on it to really fine tune this. But if there is, let me know. If anyone has a really good idea, I will pin the comment to the very top so everyone else can see it as well. Once again, thank you guys so much for the continued support on the channel. Much love to all of you. Hope to see you in another video very soon or a live stream because I'm getting back on the grind. Getting back on it. Live stream every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, starting at 9:30 Eastern Time, YouTube and Twitch. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.